Welcome to my Sims channel. In this video, I will show you a comprehensive guide on how you can create and record your own Sims 4 stories. I will take you through all the basics and advanced techniques that you need to get the Sims to do exactly what you want. Hi, this is me again several weeks after recording this video and actively editing and recording videos almost every day. I have learned so much and my process has changed, so I will be making some notes and updates on how I do things differently now. Before we get into recording, there are some pre-production steps that we need to go over. One is, of course, you should have the Sims 4 installed. And if you're new to the Sims 4, I advise that you play the game and understand the controls and get to know most of the interactions in the game. Next will be to develop your story and characters. Maybe you should probably start out with a simple story, but you should know what it's going to be. Was it going to be drama, romance, mystery, or just something of that comedy? Now you can create your characters and cast, take advantage of the traits, because Sims act in a certain way depending on the traits they're given. You can also dress them in a particular way to fit the character that they'll be in the story. When you have your story developing your characters, what you need to consider next is where your story is going to take place. That would be your lot. What you can do when it comes to this is build up scenes rather than build up a whole lot. Yeah, like I said, traits may not mean much if you're going to use poses, but then you should definitely give your sim the right look so that they can better tell your story. And then setting up a world and lot to fit the vibe. You can build up your own, but if you do have access to the gallery, it's one of the best options you should definitely take. Just go on the gallery and search the type of lots that you want. It could be a cafe, a library, a flower shop, or a home. If you want to use your own CC, I would recommend that you put down lots unfinished and then you can use your own CC to decorate it how you want, or you can just go for shells. They are also available in the gallery. There are two ways you can record your Sims 4 stories. One is by using the in-game feature, and all you need to do is press V and you should see a blinking red light. It means your game is being recorded. I really do not recommend using this in-game feature recording because it limits your quality, so I advise you use on-screen recording softwares if you can. That would give you exactly what you see on your screen. To take screenshots in-game is by just pressing C, and you can see side by side from my screenshots using in-game and my actual screen. It is not the same. I have a better quality on my screen, but my screenshot, you can also see it took away my reshade. That's because in-game features would only record your game and remove any extra add-ons. To screen record instead, you need to use inbuilt Windows or Mac recorders. Windows is by pressing Windows plus Alt plus R, and that would record your game. You can just press Windows plus Alt plus R again to stop recording. Press the stop button that you see on your screen when you are recording. There are some external recording softwares you can use as well, and I'll put those on the screen. To access your screen recordings, all you need to do is press Windows plus Alt plus G, and that would open up your game bar, and you should see a folder icon, and when you open it you should find all your recordings in there. If the quality you see is still not good enough, you can go into your game settings, go to your game options, graphics, and here you can adjust your game resolution. I will share my game resolution on the screen. But be careful when you're making these adjustments, because if your PC doesn't have a high performance, your game may start lagging, and we do not want that. We just want the game to look good. To take screenshots, you can also just press Windows plus FN plus the print screen, and that will take screenshots of your game. Remember, this is what you need to do if you want to see exactly what's on your screen, especially if you have like reshades on. If you don't and you just press C like using the in-game, you would not get your quality to look like how you see on your screen. It would just be the bare game screen. Knowing how to record your screen, next thing we need to do is to make it more cinematic. We will be starting off by removing the plumb bob and thought bubbles, that is the green thing you see on the Sims head. And to do that, all you need to do is go into your cheats bar, that is with Ctrl+Shift+C, and type in testing cheat on, and the cheat code you need here is headline effects off. And when you enter this, they should get rid of the plumb bob you see on their head as well as their thought bubbles. I'm just doing it again using mods to show that I quickly use mods for everything. It makes the process really easy. We will get into the mods part of this video, so do not worry if you didn't catch that. Just by doing that, I think everything looks better already. Now that we've taken care of our thought bubbles and plumb bobs, next thing we're going to do is remove the UI, that's the user interface you see on the screen. Before that, we need to raise up our walls because technically you wouldn't see inside of your house when you're outside. And you do that by pressing the walls up icon you see on your screen. Press the tab key to record in cinematic. Now, when you're in cinematic, you would not be able to get the buttons. What you can do is press the home key and that would raise up your walls. And if you need to bring the walls down, you just press the end key. Now we have the perfect scene, and if you need to bring your UI back, all you need to do is just press tab. Next thing I want to talk about is reshade and G-shades. Now these are add-ons that add filter, lightning effect, and depth of field to your videos. If you don't want to install them, because the process is quite tedious and getting used to them, but they're really nice, and once you have them you can't go back. But if you still don't want to use them, you can use filters when you are editing your final videos, but it's really not the same. Moving on, we will talk about how to save or set your camera angles. That is simply by just setting your camera to a particular angle or position that you may want to return back to in future, or when you move your screen and you just want that same angle again. How you set camera angles is by using Ctrl+5 to 9 and you get 5 camera angles. So to set one angle to 5 would be Ctrl+5, and the other angles are Ctrl+6, Ctrl+7, Ctrl+8 and Ctrl+9, and you have 5 camera angles. After saving your angles, you can press 5 to 9 to jump in between your saved angles, and you can press Alt+5 to 9 to delete any camera angles that you don't want to use anymore. To demonstrate, I'm setting the camera angle to 6 and I'm moving to set another one to 5, and I can just press 6 to go back to the saved camera angle. The cool trick would be to actually hold down the number, and that would zoom in or zoom out depending on the camera angle that you set. I'm just going to set another one by moving my camera to a different angle. Then I can just set that one to 7, and when I hold down 6, it would have a nice movement back into that camera angle. Cinematic view, pause your game with 0 and play your game with 1, and move your camera with your mouse, but for precise movements you can use these keyboard keys. WASD to move forward, back, left and right. Set Z to zoom in and zoom out. Q and E to move your camera up and down. This video is way too long than I was expecting it to be. If you are a beginner, this may feel like too much information, but thanks for sticking around. And watch the part 2 of this video where I would cover more of using mods. If you still don't want to use mods, that's okay. There are always way around where you can just use cheats and make it work for you, but the mods would definitely make it easier. So in the part 2 of this video, we would actually go over how to get your Sims to act basically, and we're gonna do it 2 ways, either by using post player or by way of a let's play, and you just record the bits that you need to tell your story. We'll cover all that and the mods like I mentioned in the part 2 of this video, so I'll see you then. Bye.